Hey everyone! Welcome to the Gibbs Spotlight. My name is Haley Sandell, and I am a Strategic Visual Communications intern here at the Gibbs College of Architecture. Today, I will be speaking with Erin Stanley. Erin is in her final year of the Accelerated Masters in Regional and City Planning program here at Gibbs. Hey Erin!
Hi, I'm excited to be here.
So, what can you tell us about yourself?
Okay, so I am a senior. This past year was a senior from Dallas, Texas, and I'm in the Accelerated Masters program in Gibbs that partners with the College of Atmospheric and Geographic Sciences. So
Nice.
I'm getting my master's degree in regional and city planning and my bachelor's in geography kind of at the same time right now. And so I'll graduate spring 2021 with both degrees.
Nice. So you're just a little busy.
Yeah, just a little.
That's so cool. So, for anyone who might not know, can you explain a little about what regional and city planning is?
Yeah, so it's a really diverse degree. Mainly, it's about managing growth and development in cities. So we work closely with communities to make sure everyone's represented and to create community plans that match what the community really wants to see.
Gotcha.
Um, and then when land is bought for new development, the plans are usually reviewed by city planners before they can go through and develop. And we also make suggestions to other city officials on how to deal with transportation or economic or environmental issues. And then, because it's so broad, our degree program really has two concentrations that you pick from.
Yeah.
So there's the physical side of planning, which deals with land use and building regulations. And then there's community and economic development, which I think is what I'm going to end up doing. I'm
Gotcha.
not entirely sure yet, but that seems to be the track I'm going down. And that focuses more on like planning and projecting change for the city. So it's more like seeing what's happened in the past and what we think is going to happen in the future.
That's really cool. So, you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you really do.
Nice. Is it ever like intimidating working on such a large scale?
Yeah, we break it down pretty well, like for most of our assignments and like uh community projects, you focus on like one specific area to get an idea of how things run.
Okay. That's so cool.
Mhm.
So, what made you want to get your master's in regional and city planning?
So I was originally interested in the accelerated program because it's a great way to get your master's without going to school for that much longer for me.
Yeah.
It's a 5-year program. I'm actually doing it in 4 years because I
Wow.
came in with some credit. So it was a very fast way to get both degrees.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, and so then I really fell in love with planning because as a geography undergrad, I was taught also such a diverse curriculum. Geography is kind of like the study of everything in a way, also.
Yeah.
So, of course, we learned about maps and like physical landscapes, but I had also taken classes that like focused on economies and environments and culture and all that. And so, all that really plays into city planning. And I wanted to find a way to take everything I learned and like make a difference in the community. So, city planning has been great for that. It's
Yeah,
been exactly that, and learning how to actually interact with the community and take everything that I've been learning and not just like teach it again.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so it's really rewarding knowing like that I can make a difference for the people.
And it's really cool that you can take all of these different interests that you have and like boil them down into
Yeah.
one life-changing degree.
It really is. I never thought that they'd all overlap as well as they really do.
Definitely. That's
Mhm.
really, really cool. So, since you're approaching your last year at OU, uh,
Mhm.
I'm sure you've worked on tons of projects. Can you tell us about one of your favorites or a couple or
Yeah. So in the city planning program, a year ago, I was in a class called Urban and Regional Analysis with
Gotcha.
Dr. Charles Warnken. And it really focused, it was my first class actually in the planning program. And it really focused on planning for like changing populations and how the cities grow and shrink, and like when they get new industries or like population demographics change,
Yeah.
um, which is happening everywhere. And so it's really interesting to understand how we plan for that and how it affects where people work and where they live and how they commute. And so the class really focused on how to predict all of those changes. And then basically the whole semester was one long project, and we put together an economic and demographic profile for any county in Oklahoma that we wanted.
That's cool.
Um, and so I picked Oklahoma County, and you outline how everything's going to change in the next like 5, 10, 15 years. And it was a lot of stats and graphs, but it's also just an analysis of how the city should plan to deal with these changes,
Yeah.
and how they all play into each other. Like, because we see a population growth in this area, like plan for like more transportation in this area, things like that. And so the final product was a report that looked just like one that you'd find on a city website or that would be handed to a city manager. And it was really fun to create something that was like the real product, that they would really use and that we will be making in our future careers.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Dang, I'm from Oklahoma County,
Uh
and
huh.
I can't imagine sitting down and analyzing all of that and projecting it into the future. That's really awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of numbers and lots of Excel spreadsheets and there's a
Definitely.
lot of math in it.
Yeah, yeah, and there's so many different areas in Oklahoma County too.
Oh yeah, there really are.
Awesome. So, what, in your opinion, are the most difficult and also rewarding parts of the accelerated master's program?
So I'd say it's probably, well, for both most difficult and rewarding because it's so diverse. Our classes range from community involvement projects where we're actually like talking to community members, and it's much more not math and sciencey, more communications.
Yeah,
To computer software and making maps, and then there's like testing water quality from like for the environmental side of things.
yeah.
I also was just in a class where it was all like memorizing law cases. um,
Oh, wow.
and so there's a lot that's in our program, and it can be a lot of information that you feel like you have to remember and relate all at once. Um, so it's also hard because there's no right answer to a lot of it,
Yeah.
because all the communities are changing and it's stuff that we've never seen before. Um, there's not one right answer to it. And so you really have to think for yourself and understand a lot of variables all at once. But I think this also can be part of the most rewarding parts of it because we can make such a difference, and knowing that we have so much flexibility with it too. There's not one book answer that you're supposed to follow. And
Yeah, definitely.
there's a different like take to every city, which is fun. And then we can initiate greener cities or more equitable development, safer spaces, grow economies. And so it's like so many things that you can ask the community, obviously, how they want it, but then it's up to us to really like make sure it plays out.
Yeah.
And you get to form relationships with the citizens, and create a place where everyone really feels comfortable and happy, which is the goal of it all.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to see all of your work come to
Yeah,
fruition.
it is. Yeah.
That's really awesome. So, let's see. What are you looking forward to going into your senior year?
Next year is going to be exciting because it'll be the first year that I'm only taking planning classes,
Yeah.
because it's been an accelerated program. I've been doing things at once. I've had semesters where it was mostly geography and one planning class. And so I'm finally done with all geography stuff. And it
Nice.
still plays into it, obviously, but now I can just be in Gould and I'll spend most of my time there. Um, and I've loved every past planning class that I've taken, so I'm really excited to learn more and understand more what full-time planning is.
Yeah, definitely. It'll
Mhm.
be more real world experience.
Yes, it will be.
Sweet. So, what advice would you give to a student thinking about applying for the Accelerated Masters in Regional and City Planning program?
It's definitely not an easy program.
Yeah.
Typical graduate students, they're working full time maybe and taking classes. And even if you're not working full time, it's different coursework than undergrad. And so it's can be more demanding. I've been taking pretty much, and next year I will be taking like 15 hours a semester, which that for graduate work can be a lot.
Yeah, that's a full load.
Yeah, it is.
More than.
For graduate courses, yes. Um, but it's really, really rewarding, and I also love all of the staff and professors in the program. They've all been more than accommodating to everything, like, especially bouncing back and forth between geography and planning, and finding ways that I can involve planning into my program or
Yeah.
involve geography into my program. Um, it's really rewarding, and it's a great way to take really any degree and put it more like, put a community twist on it and actually make a difference with it, because that's what I've found, like, over in the Sarkees world and, like, with our geography and environmental planning side of it, like, we learn, like, the bad parts of what's happening with the environment, but maybe
Yeah.
not what we can do as much, and so planning, that's a tangible thing that we can do that makes a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I've definitely loved that. It can be a hard course load, but, there's definitely, like, all of the resources to help us in the program are definitely there. All of the professors I've had in the program so far have made my top list of favorite faculty I've had at OU.
Oh,
So, it's a great program.
good. Yeah, everything I hear about the professors at Gibbs is that they're always there for you 24/7.
They really are. Yeah, no, they'll, like, give out their cell phone numbers. They're like, "Anything you need, just call us."
That's adorable. I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think that's all I have for you. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add?
I don't think so. It's a great program. I recommend anyone should do it.
Yeah, it sounds super multifaceted.
It is, yeah. There's something in it for everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
Thanks again for listening to the Gibbs Spotlight. Tune in next time to hear more stories from the Gibbs College of Architecture.